Welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video we'll be talking about HTML and CSS complete course right here. I received a comment from one of my followers that the video is not clear enough. So if you are watching this, just stick to it. This is the beginning of HTML tutorial, and if you've watched the former video and you do not understand, you can just go through this, and if you understood the former video, you can skip the HTML side and move to CSS. So we will not waste much of our time. I'll be giving you the key points you need to know if you want to go into web development and web designing and web development. So let's go into this. First thing, if you want to know how we use, if you want to know the application we use, this is Visual Studio Code. How to install your live server and some other materials you need to know. You need to watch the previous videos. Check my YouTube channel. You will see those videos about the code editor, how you can set it up and all that. So right here we'll be moving to the HTML. So right here, let me just start from here. This title is what you use in naming your web page. As you can see, this is HTML tutorial with Oba. So if you click open with live server, you will be seeing this HTML tutorial with Oba at the top of your web page. You know, this is a web page. A lot of web pages combined together is called a website. So as you can see right here, this is HTML tutorial with Oba. So that's just how you use the title in very simple terms. So we have what we call headers. So this is the first one. We have what we call headers. So headers are like fonts, a very big font that serves as an heading, those heading fonts. So we have what we call headers, and we have them from H1 to H6 in web development. You use them in writing something in your web page. But let me explain this. Anything you'll be writing on your web page, it must be inside this body. It must be inside this body. So because this body acts as like this, it acts like this. So it must be inside this body. So if you be writing anything right here, it must be inside this body. So right here, this is H1. You can pause the video to type it and test it on your browser. So this is H1, this H2, this is H3, H4, H5, H6, down to H6. So this is the result in the browser. This is the result of H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. If you want to test this, you want to know how it actually works, you can right click, click inspect, click here and just touch it like this. You see your result here. You see H1. You will click this place, you will click this and we'll click this again, H2, H3, you see H4, H5, H6. So that's just it. We have another HTML attribute called the paragraph attribute, but we represent it as the p tag. Is represented with the p tag. So we can just say this is my first web page. So open the browser, but remember something, before launching on your before viewing your result on your browser, you have to save your work. Control S or click file here and click auto save so that you see the result of your work. So you see, this is our web page. It says this is our paragraph. It says this is my first web page. So what's the next thing? Let's move to how we can add image to our HTML. You know, with in our HTML we have to add, how we can add image, how we can add links, how we can add links. So all these things will lead us to the point whereby we'll be able to build a full website. You know, a full website will have the text, the color, the links, the image and all that. So that's basically what we need for now. So we want to know more things about this HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Just remember to subscribe, and so that when I drop new videos, you'll be able to get the notification that another video is out. And you can also check my videos where I'm interviewing, I'm asking developers questions, questions related to HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and the answers, so you can learn from that also and improve your skills in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Even if you want to move to backend, so you just have to improve your skills in this front end development. So let's move to what we call the um link tag. So this is aref. This is, we use this to get our link. We use it to redirect the test, because we'll be adding a test here. Let's add something here. Click me, and we'll be adding the link right here. Let's say Google. Okay, let's say www.google.com. So this will lead us to www.google.com. And please, if you do not know how we get this, how we get all these things, you have to watch the previous videos for you to know all this setup. You can even watch the previous HTML tutorial videos. I'm just using this one as I'm using it to brief what I talked about in the other video, which you may seem not to understand. So before I move to CSS, this video is mainly for CSS, for us to style our website, for us to know how CSS actually works, and all that. So we have this, what we call we have this a ref something for the link. You see, this is it right here. If you click it, it will lead us to www.google.com. I know this is not google.com, that's why it's not redirecting us. Okay, let's just say Google. Let's do this. Okay, I'm coming. Okay, let's copy this. Let's copy this and let's paste it in our browser, on our code editor. So this right here, go back and let's click this. Okay, let's refresh our, okay, refreshing. Let's refresh and click this. So this should lead us to this place where we copied. You can see. So this is it. This is just how the link attribute works. So we have another one called the image attribute. That is where we add our image. That's where we add our image. So we use the attribute img. Okay, this is the source. This one is telling us that where are we getting the image, which source. If the image is in this, your folder is in the same folder, you type the image name, and if you be getting the image on the internet, you copy the image link and place it here. And this alternative, this one means the alternative text to that image, assuming your image is not loading, the alternative text. Okay, for this one, I used an image that is in my folder in the previous video. So let me use image. Let me use another image online so that you have more knowledge about how it works. But before we go there, let me add an alternative text. Let me just add image. Let me add image right here and launch it on. Let me launch it here. Okay. So let's refresh. You can see this is the alternative text. This is the alternative text. That means if the image is not loading, the user can actually know what it contains. Let's say it contains let's say Oba picture. Oba pic. So now, so the user can actually know that this is Oba's picture, even if the image is not loading. So we can just search phone image, and phone image, just copy anyone, copy the link. If you copy the link, come here and paste it. So go to your web browser, refresh. Okay, I think the link for that image is okay. Let's check for another one, please, and let's copy that. Okay, let me copy it again. Wow. Okay, let me. Okay, copy image link. Copy image link. It should be copy image link. So yeah, you have to click copy image link. So let's edit this. Wow, this is too long. So we have to edit this and paste the image link. Yeah. So you can see this is the image link. This is the image. This is the image right here. The link will copy it. So you see this is the image right here. So for now, that's the basis of HTML. If you want to know more about HTML, full explanation, you can check the other video HTML tutorial. So let's move to CSS. This one is the styling. It's styling where we style our HTML file. There's something I would like you to know, why before this is what we do. There's a way we link our CSS file to our HTML file. But before that, before even linking it, we can actually write our CSS code in our HTML code. Example, let me show you. So we use the attribute style for CSS, attribute style for CSS. So this right here, this h1 right here, you just have to call it. You just have to call it inside your CSS file. What did I mean? Something like this, h1, and you open this bracket, open this curly bracket. In the CSS, we use curly bracket. So anything, any styling you'll be giving this h1, any styling you'll be giving this h1 must be inside this curly bracket. Must be inside this curly bracket. That means everything, all the attributes you are giving h1 will affect this thing. All the attributes you are giving h1 will affect this thing. We affect this HTML tutorial whatever. Do you understand? Okay, let's give it a color of blue. Let's give it blue, and let's go to our browser. You see, this is only applicable to HTML tutorial with Oba. It's only applicable to HTML tutorial with Oba, not with the H2. So if you need it to apply to H2 also, if you need it to apply to H2, you type H2, you open your bracket and you say color color blue again. So you go to your browser, you see, you get this blue color. So my assessment now is that give this h3 any color of your choice, likewise h4, likewise h5, likewise h6, and this p paragraph. Remember, all you have to do is just recall it. For the p paragraph right here, all you have to do is just type p, open your curly brackets, and type color and put the color we want. I'm using blue right now, so this P right here will be blue. You understand, and you get it. So that's just it. So, but for us to make our work more professional, for it to be very neat, if you want to develop a full website, you don't just put your styling, you don't add your styling here, you add your styling under the style file. So what do you need to do? Okay, do you know what to do? Let's just copy this. Let's cut this. Control X. So if we check our browser, it will not be applied to it again. So now let's go to our CSS file and let's paste this. Now we've pasted this. Let's go to our browser. As you can see, nothing is displaying. Why? Because we have not linked our HTML file with our CSS file. So how do we link our HTML file to our CSS file? Well, all we have to do is just come right here. Okay, let's remove this style right here. Let's remove this style right here. All we have to do is we have this attribute called link. If you type link, press your tab, it will show this, and what you have to do is type style.css. So now we have successfully linked our HTML, our CSS file to our HTML file. So anything we are doing under this CSS file will be displayed under the browser as our CSS. As you can see, it is now applicable. As you can see, sorry, it is now applicable to our H1, H2, and paragraph tag. So what's the next thing for us to do? I've explained this, how you can style um your HTML files under your CSS files, and how we can link them together. How we can link your HTML to your CSS, how we can link the CSS to your HTML. So what do you need to know again? But let me just tell you this: if you want to know more about web development, all you have to do is that you just have to continue building. You have to continue building. As you are building, your mind will be opened to so many things. You will research on so many things. So you may be thinking of this image right here, and you want to make it smaller, you want to crop it, you want to do something, you want to do so many things. So how do we apply that one? Like I said, we recall this attribute, this one right here, we recall it in our CSS file. So what all you have to do is that you type img, which is the attribute you use in naming that CSS, that HTML file. So we say img, we open our curly brackets and we say maybe width, we give it a width of maybe 200 pixel. Okay, I give it 20, 200, and we give it height of let's say 100 pixel. So now we will go to our browser. You see we've changed it. So now let me now give you a trick. If you want that image to be round, you give it the same width and height. Or no, almost you give it almost the same width and height, and you give it a border width. Okay, you can give it border like pixel and something like that. You can see right here. So border radius actually helps us to make to crop the border of that image, like with 4 borders. You crop it, so you give it that radius. So I'll be building more websites and I'll be posting them on my YouTube channel so that you can watch and learn more about these things, because it will start mentioning all of them. Before we can mention all of them, we have to build. So if we are building, we'll be mentioning them, I'll be explaining them. See, you don't need to cram them. You don't need to cram them. Just follow up. Just follow my videos as I'm designing websites and as I'm posting them. We have so many attributes. We have so many that we use in designing. And for the A, which is right here, this A, we use the A to call that link. The A. So I want you to give that A another color. I want you to give that A another color. So I'm going to, you can pause the video to give the A another color. So this is the solution to that A. So just come to your CSS file right here, A, open that and say color, you can leave it red. Color, you can leave it red. So if you go to your browser, you see that's red. But you do not want this underline to show. You do not want that underline to show. So you can just say test decoration, so that's it. But follow up, you see, is not showing. So follow up for more videos. Remember to like, subscribe, and drop your question. And you can also drop your question about the next video you want me to post, and any of the challenges on my YouTube channel, like Code with Oba, the crypto edition, and Code with Oba, the web development part 2 challenge. Any of them, if you want to participate in any of them, you can just drop it in the comment section. I will be answering, I'll be picking some people to join me live for that event. So thank you for watching. Thank you for staying to the end of this video, and I hope you've learned something today. If you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. I'll be ready to answer your question. Remember, follow, subscribe, and watch my videos so that you get more knowledge about how to design and get more knowledge about other attributes that we use in web development. So thank you for staying to the end of this video. I really love